This conversation is powered by Google Illuminate. Check out illuminate.google.com for more.
Welcome to today's discussion. We'll be diving into an article analyzing the economic impact of recent tariffs and the often cited goal of returning the U.S. to a Gilded Age like economic prosperity. The article argues that this nostalgic vision overlooks significant historical realities and potential economic pitfalls. What are your initial thoughts on this premise?
The core argument is compelling. The idea of a simple return to the Gilded Age ignores the complexities of the modern global economy. While the era saw industrial growth, it also witnessed immense inequality and exploitation. Focusing solely on manufacturing jobs without considering the broader economic consequences is a dangerous oversimplification.
The article highlights a recent $5 trillion loss in the U.S. stock market, largely attributed to these tariffs. How significant is this figure, and how does it relate to the broader economic picture? A $5 trillion loss is undeniably massive. It reflects investor anxieties about supply chain disruptions, increased consumer costs, and reduced corporate profits, all direct consequences of the tariffs. This isn't just a short-term blip, it signals a deeper concern about the long-term economic stability under this protectionist approach.
The article mentions retaliatory tariffs from other countries. Can you elaborate on the impact of these retaliatory measures?
Retaliatory tariffs create a vicious cycle. They escalate trade tensions, disrupt global supply chains even further, and harm American exports. It's a lose-lose situation for everyone involved, undermining the very goal of boosting domestic manufacturing.
The article contrasts the complexities of today's globalized economy with the simpler industrial model of the Gilded Age. How significant is this difference?
The difference is fundamental. Modern manufacturing is intricately woven into global supply chains, relying on specialized production and international cooperation. Trying to recreate a self-sufficient, isolationist model is not only unrealistic but also economically inefficient.
The piece also points to technological advancements like automation as a major factor in declining manufacturing jobs. How does this factor into the discussion?
Automation is a powerful force reshaping the job market. Blaming international trade for job losses while ignoring the impact of technological progress is misleading. Focusing on retraining and adapting to technological change is far more effective than trying to artificially revive outdated industries.
The article concludes by advocating for forward-looking policies such as investment in innovation and infrastructure. What are your thoughts on this approach?
Absolutely. Investing in innovation, education, and infrastructure is crucial for long-term economic growth. These investments create new opportunities, improve productivity, and enhance competitiveness on a global scale, a far more sustainable strategy than clinging to a romanticized past.
The article uses Santayana's quote, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." How does this apply to the current situation?
The quote highlights the importance of learning from history. While remembering the past is vital, blindly trying to recreate it without considering its flaws and the changed context is a recipe for disaster, we need to learn from the mistakes of the past, not repeat them.
The article emphasizes the significant economic costs associated with pursuing policies based on a nostalgic view of the past. Can you elaborate on this point?
The $5 trillion stock market loss is a stark reminder of the real-world consequences of misguided policies. Nostalgia is not a sound economic strategy. Rational, data-driven policies are essential for sustainable economic growth.
Beyond the economic aspects, what are some of the social and political implications of these protectionist policies?
Protectionist policies can exacerbate social and political divisions. They can lead to trade wars, harming international relations, and potentially fueling nationalist sentiments. A more collaborative, globally integrated approach is far more beneficial in the long run.
The article suggests that focusing on innovation and workforce development is a more effective approach than protectionism. Can you expand on this?
Investing in innovation drives technological advancements, creating new industries and high-skilled jobs. Workforce development ensures that the workforce has the skills needed for these new jobs. This proactive approach is far more sustainable and beneficial than trying to cling to outdated industrial models.
Are there any specific policy recommendations you would suggest based on the article's analysis?
We need a comprehensive strategy that includes investments in research and development, education and training programs, infrastructure improvements, and a commitment to international cooperation. This holistic approach will foster sustainable economic growth and create a more equitable society.
What are some potential long-term consequences if the current protectionist policies continue?
Continued protectionism could lead to prolonged economic stagnation, increased inequality, and further damage to international relations. It risks isolating the U.S. economically and hindering its ability to compete in the global marketplace.
This has been a very insightful discussion. Thank you for sharing your expertise.